This is Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox.
Welcome back into Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. He's the founder, president, investment advisor, representative, and of course, the Financial Straight Talker himself. My name's Kevin McAlpin. We hope you're having a great weekend. And of course, we thank you for making this show part of your routine, talking all things retirement. And obviously, we've spent a lot of time on today's show talking about possible changes to Social Security and how you can start planning ahead for that now. Also, how does Jim help folks and listeners simplify the retirement process? And of course, we are in the latter stages of 2025 already. If you'd like to get a jump on end of year financial planning, Jim and his team are here to help, and we have teammates standing by to get you on his calendar right now. 321-414-7526 is the number. Again, it's 321-414-PLAN or online at getfst.com. All right, so Jim, I'm checking the boxes. We've talked sports. We've talked a little bit of comedy. Let's do our music segment here. We always try to incorporate a little music in the show from time to time. Let me ask you a question. Are you a Beatles fan by chance?
You know, it's funny, and people are shocked when I say this. I did not grow up on it. So later in life, it's like Journey. I didn't know who they were until REO Speedwagon. Any of these people, I didn't know who they were, right? Because I grew up like legit real redneck family, right? I'm talking about you want to throw Conway Twitty at me, you want to throw Tanya Tucker, any of those, like I know those people, but no. So later in life, the answer, of course, is yes, right? Unbelievable, but no, I'm not. My son knows more about the Beatles than I do, if you can believe it, and he's 15.
Well, he's a musician too, so I that doesn't necessarily surprise me, right? And you were telling me off air the amount of time he's putting in with this band. I mean, good grief. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this kid's like, why am I doing marching band? He's like, we need to find something else to do. He's like, why am I not playing guitar? They're not out here marching right now. So, yeah.
It's like a full-time job he's working on there, honing his craft with the marching band. Reason I bring it up, my wife Melissa and I, we've seen McCartney twice. He's going back on the road, believe it or not.
Unbelievable.
It really is. He's now 83 years old, and he's hitting the road this fall with his Got Back tour. And Jim, recently, he was asked if he has any plans of slowing down.
As far as retiring is concerned, it's nothing I'm looking forward to or even thinking of. I've always said that as long as people want to come and see me, then I'll probably do it. I'll probably feel like doing it. The minute I start to feel like sort of, shuffling around in the audience and going, oh, it's not very good, is it? Or the tickets aren't selling well, then I'll get the big message of ding, it's time to go.
Well, again, I don't think that's happening anytime soon, Jim. I've seen the prices of his tickets, so there is still quite a demand to see Sir Paul McCartney here this fall. But let me ask you, when a client comes to you, when a listener maybe drops in for the first time, and they tell you they love what they're doing every day, and maybe they don't see a point to retiring, how do those conversations typically go? And maybe do they walk out of the office at times with a little different mindset after you're able to kind of lay out what their future could look like?
Yeah, so there's a lot of cases that kind of jump in my mind, but I'll share one with you because I think this is I'll share two. This is the one that has stuck with me the longest. And this lady was in her 80s, okay, and she had outlived her husband, she outlived her kids, like one of those stories, right? Yeah. And this is, I have clients all over the country, and they were this family's up in West Virginia. And I remember her calling me up. She's like, I need you to fly up and see me because I got to make this decision on this pension. Kevin, she had an opportunity to retire and have almost a $900,000 pension buyout. Okay, $900,000. And her employer was like, look, you really need to take this money. This is a lot of money. There's no need to do a lifetime pension. Just take the money and run because this is huge for you. And obviously if she dies, there's no pension left to anybody, right? Like that's the issue. And so I flew up there and we sat down and we talked. She said, here's the deal, Jim. I don't think I want to retire because this is my life. Like going to work is what I look. She goes, most people are sad on Sundays. She goes, I'm sad on Fridays.
Wow.
Because I have my church on Sundays, but she's like, these are the people that I've known my whole life. And so I come here and I cook food and I bring it in and you know, it's her reason for living. Right. And this is a happy and a sad story all in the same breath. Right. Because you know, how fortunate that she's in that environment. So we sat down and we talked about it. And obviously the big thing was if she passed away, that roughly $900,000 was going to be absorbed. It was not going to go anywhere. So what we did was we worked with her employer and we said, how about we do this? How about we let her go ahead and retire? She had to stay gone for 60 days. Okay. 60 days, how long she had to stay gone for. But after 60 days, they hired her back on part-time. All right. So she got her $900,000 pension buyout. She was able then to put that money into an investment and she named her church the beneficiary, right? So that checked a few boxes for her, really happy.
Right.
And she was able to go back to work. So this is one example of how we came up with a solution that kind of checked both boxes for her. Another example, and my teachers are the craziest ones, okay? Listen, you teachers are insane, okay? I'm just going to, I truly believe that there is some kind of mental disorder that teachers have because you work like no other human being on this planet because they're not off during the summer. They're planning their classroom decorations. Okay, Kevin, they're not off on Fridays and Saturdays because they're grading papers and they're out shopping for candies or Halloween decorations or whatever, right? Because being a teacher is like being a nurse. It's a calling, right?
No doubt.
So, and do you know how crazy you got to be to teach for 40 or 50 years? But it becomes, and so many of them are like, I love my kids. I love my kids. I hate teaching because of the politics and the parents, but I love my kids, right? That's the story. So I'll never forget, I had a client come in, 47 years as a teacher. Wow. Loved it. And she's like, Jim, I don't want to quit. She's like, I don't want to not be with my kids. It scares me to death more than anything else not being a teacher. So we sat down and we helped her come up with this idea that she was going to start a tutoring business. Now, here's where this gets interesting. She did really well. Everything was great. But her business grew and grew and grew, right? Now, she's retired, obviously, in this story from teaching, but now she runs a tutoring business. That tutoring business hires other retired teachers. So now she created a business for other teachers to do the things that they love without all the politics of teaching. And it's just such a cool experience to be a part of that, right?
Right.
And where I'm going with this is that you're not really sure what to do. You love what you do, and maybe you don't know if you should or shouldn't retire. You know, when you hate your job, it's super easy. Like, I'm ready to go. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
But what we got to do is really weigh all the pros and cons, because that's really what it is. It's a pro and con story, and we got to see which one outweighs whatever. But I bet if I were to put 10 clients in a room together, I probably had to do advanced retirement planning. And what I mean by advanced retirement planning, I mean psychological of what they're going to do in retirement, because you need to enjoy retirement, right? Mm-hmm. And what do I mean by that? Maybe you're volunteering at the church. Maybe you're teaching a Sunday school class. Maybe the number of teachers that grew up playing sports and they taught at the schools who now, Kevin, live in your world, right? They're teaching or they're coaching travel ball, right? Or rec ball. I mean, there's so many things, but here's the issue, okay? And this is, because I'm going to try and sum this up in 3 minutes, Kevin, because the clock's working against us right now, is that I end every single meeting with every single new person that comes into this office with the same kind of summary. Mm-hmm. And it says this: things are always changing. This is why we believe a relationship with your advisor is the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do, is we sit down with you and we listen to you. We hear what you're saying. We find out the goals that you have. And our job is to tell you if you've positioned yourself so you can actually go out and accomplish those goals. In some cases, unfortunately, I have to tell you, you haven't saved enough money to do all the things you want to do. So the choices are either to lower the income needs or to work a little bit longer, right? I have to do that from time to time. Most of the time, that's not the case. Most of the time, what I do is sit down and help you craft out what retirement is going to look like for you. That isn't just about spending money. That's about enjoying the quality of your life for the next phase, which is retirement. I get it. It's difficult. Look, there are tons of people that just want to sell you investment products or annuities or stocks, bonds, CDs, and whatever it is, tell you how much of billions of dollars you're going to make and move on to the next story. I learned a long time ago that is not why God put me on this earth. My job is to sit down with you and help you have as enjoyable of a life as you possibly can, and do so with the money that you saved, and make all the good decisions that are going to benefit you, and avoid making the bad ones that can kick you in the teeth every once in a while. That's what we do day in and day out. We do something that I am shocked that other people don't do as often. We listen to you and what you're trying to accomplish, and we build a plan around what you want to do, not what I think you should do. And I think that's really important to understand. Kevin, I'll let you give out the number because I know we're wrapping this thing up. But guys, I hope you hear the sincerity in my voice. Retirement is just the next phase. It's not the end. And I want you to enjoy that next phase more than anybody out there. Give us a call.
Again, folks, that number is 321-414-7526. 321-414-PLAN. We do have teammates standing by right now. Yeah, even on the weekend to get you on Jim's calendar. If you'd like to sit down with somebody who still loves what he does, helping folks here on the Space Coast day in and day out when it comes to planning for their retirement, Jim Fox and the team at Wadadley Financial Group, they are just a phone call away. 321-414-PLAN. Online anytime. It's getfst.com. You know what it stands for? Financial Straight Talk. Getfst.com. Well, Jim, you mentioned we are quickly running out of time on this week's show. They say time flies when you're having fun. I had a blast with you as always today, sir. And before we do run out of time, I'd like to leave the floor all yours for the final word.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, guys, every week, Kevin and I say the exact same thing. We want you to know that we appreciate you taking the time to listen. We know that you've got tons of options, and we're just one of those resources for you. So if there's anything we can do, pick up the phone, give us a call. We're here to answer those questions. But on behalf of myself and Mr. Kevin Mack, I want to thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Financial Straight Talk.
Thanks for listening to Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. To learn more, visit getfst.com.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Wadadley Financial Group. Wadadley Financial Group is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC IPW, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Wadadley Financial Group are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Wadadley Financial Group is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any government agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Wadadley Financial Group.